On Capitol Hill, Democrats have hit some speed bumps on the road to overhauling the rules for Wall Street. Bloomberg's chief Washington correspondent, Peter Cook, standing by with one of those Democrats, Senator Jack Reed. Peter.
Thanks very much, Betty. Senator Jack Reed of Rhode Island is on the conference committee trying to merge the House and Senate regulatory reform bills. Also a member, of course, of the Banking Committee. Thanks for the time.
Thanks, Betty.
You begin at 9:30 a.m. this morning. The big question is derivatives, the Volcker rule. Where do you stand on derivatives? There seem to be dissensions within Democrats over the oversight, the toughness of this legislation.
Well, we're trying to get a provision that works and protects investors, and that's requiring great effort. It's a complex field. I think we've made remarkable progress in terms of narrowing the issues, and I'm very confident that at the end of the day we're going to be able to come together with a very good measure that protects investors.
Senator Blanche Lincoln, her proposal, the controversial part of this, there's several aspects to it that have been controversial, but on Wall Street, this idea of spinning off swaps desks, forcing banks to spin those off entirely into new affiliates. There are members of the House, as you know, members of the New York delegation say, listen, we may not be prepared to vote for this on the floor if that remains in the bill. How does that get resolved?
Well, I think, first of all, there is an interaction between the Merkley-Levin proposals, which would require banks only to trade those derivatives that are client-based and not engage in proprietary trading for their own accounts. I think if that provision is in effect, then the notion of moving those other derivatives, the ones that are trading into an affiliate, is less controversial. So I see the two measures really being complementary, and I think Senator Lincoln does also. And we're looking for something that ultimately not only protects investors, but also allows for the kind of not only innovative, but also appropriate financial investment in our economy. So it's a tough road to hoe, but I think we're making progress.
So you think Senator Lincoln is on board, even if it's modified somewhat? Because if you lose her vote, you got some problems.
Well, her comments to date have, I think, suggested that she's looking for a principled resolution. She's not looking to move away from the position that she adopted, but she's looking for something that's going to work and it's going to uphold the end result we all want. Safer investments, not only safer for individual consumers and investors, but safer for the institutions. I mean, this derivative trading costs institutions, many of them, their existence.
Let me ask you finally, the Volcker rule, that may be topic number one. You mentioned the Merkley-Levin changes to it. At the end of the day, does that also need to be watered down to make sure you get votes? People like Scott Brown, who said they received assurances it would be modified somewhat.
Well, there are ways to modify it, but you can't lose sight of what I think is the compelling logic, which is to say there are traditional derivatives that banks have used for their clients and their customers. If they're making a loan in a foreign currency, to hedge against that currency. If they're making a commercial loan over many years, to hedge against interest rate risk. But then there are wild derivatives, synthetic collateral deposit debt obligations, those things which a bank should not be trading into. If we can separate those, then I think we've made remarkable progress, and I think we can maintain the essence of that legislation. If we have to make some modifications, perhaps we will.
Real quick, this gets done today?
Yes.
All right. Senator Jack Reed, you heard that prediction there. The conference committee, Betty, starts 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time.